Greetings, adventurers and dungeon masters alike. It's time for another free map giveaway. That means, of course, you are watching The Dungeon Geek. Alright, so what do I have for you today? It is a free Catacombs-styled Crypt map. This is built, of course, for my Chult campaign that I'm currently running. And my adventure, the Mbala village, which is the home of Nanny Poo-Poo, if you've read the AP, you know what I'm talking about, was the seat of the Aldani kingdom in my game. And so beneath it is an expansive crypt that kept the royal family and the citizens of this ruined village of Mbala and interred their remains and artifacts. Let's go ahead and take a look at the map. Feel free to outfit this thing with whatever sort of traps and kooky shit you want to include for your campaign. I'll tell you what I did for mine. Nanny Poo-Poo basically was after a stone called a frog stone, which was a purifying relic that was buried with the royal family in hopes that it would be able to cure her curse. I had her character be a little more tragic than the original campaign was. She ended up, as the Aldani basin began to sink into the ground, she sought out immortality through some hags in order to try and live long enough to save her kingdom, because the rulers of the kingdom had abandoned it and all but disappeared. More on that later. So she was seeking this frog stone after failing in her quest and living for, 2,000 years. And so this frogstone would purify the curse of the Fae from her so that she would no longer be a hag and she would be able to die of natural causes. So she told the adventurers, please go down, grab this object. And so what she ended up saying was you could go through the caverns, which are currently occupied by terrafolk, or you could zipline, or not zipline, but rappel down into the old well, which has a cool pool beneath it, and it somehow connects to all of the old crypts. They chose to go down into the old well, where they were sprung upon by some green slimes, and good fun was had by all as some of their weapons began to dissolve on their persons. They then adventured through the catacombs trying to find a key or gain access to the family tombs, which has sort of like the main treasure room or puzzle room attached to it. And they ended up exploring most of the southern catacombs through this labyrinthian style gated area. They also had a couple of encounters in the eastern chambers where the embalming area were, and they did discover where the terrafolk were staying, but they chose not to mess with that nest as it currently stood. It looked like the terrafolk had set up a barricade in order to prevent the bad things from the crypts from interfering with their day-to-day activities in their nest. When they finally made it to the puzzle room, I realized I really didn't have a puzzle prepared, so I kind of had to wing it. One of the things that I had considered, though, in retrospect, is because this is the Frogstone Chamber, and there are 4 different types of large, ornate tiles on the ground, one way that you could run the game is just to have the Frogstones on the floor be the safe stones. So a simple 10-foot hop, and then a 5-foot step, and then another 10-foot hop and another 5-foot step will allow them to gain access to the frog totem on the southern end, where they are able to reach into its mouth or its head and retrieve the frog stone, or whatever relic you want to put in there. Feel free to replace a statue with whatever the fuck you want to put in there, or have, these tiles bestow bizarre powers or curses to the players when they step on them, like I did. Anyway, hope you enjoy this map. I hope you can use it inside of your game and that you have lots of adventuring fun. Fill this thing with Draugr. It was definitely inspired by playing too much Skyrim this past winter. Until next time, thank you so much for hanging out. You know what to do with the YouTube crap if you really enjoy this content. Check us out on the WordPress page too. There's all the old content that I've put up there. Everything's for free this year. So grab it. Peace out, as Colville would say. Until next time, it's Dungeon Geek.